Hey, hey, hey. Let's see if it got it working. We try to be punctual. We're not on CP time. We're gonna be punctual. I said 7 o'clock, so I mean it. I want to make sure everything is working properly. Gotcha. Looks like it's working properly. If you can't hear me, please let me know. Let me know if you can't hear me. I want to make sure I work out all the technical difficulties. So if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me because I cannot hear myself. Yes, I told y'all for Christmas I got some new video stuff that I'm checking out. Got a New Year's goal to improve all my video skills, but I don't know if it works or not. So I get to practice on you guys. So let me know. Somebody, please, somebody help us out. Let me know if you can't hear me. Like comment, like put in what comment, like or sign language, not for me, like do a sign language and let me know that you can hear me, so I can know if I need to adjust anything. I got me some Christmas presents that I told y'all about in my last video about new video stuff. So it's a learning process for me. But baby, by the end of this year, it's gonna be ready. It's gonna be right. We're gonna have all the videos together. I'm gonna have to be, since ain't nobody coming, I gotta be real, real, real colorful. B, let me know if you can hear me. Gotcha. Let's see. Let's see. I think so. Let's see. I'll check my own self if I can hear my own self. Since y'all don't want to tell me. Okay, thank you, Damon. Thank you, Ebony, for telling me that you can hear me. Give me 1 sec. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, because I had to log on to Facebook on myself to be able to tell myself whether or not I can hear myself. So thank y'all for helping me out. So, anyways, yes, thank you guys for tuning in. If y'all like me, like y'all at home, I got my winter sweater on. I'm all wrapped up. My house is like 80 degrees up here, but if you've been at home all day long, then I mean, you already know the deal. And when I get off live, I'm gonna go cook some food and give me some of that comfort food for the rest of the night. But as always, it still is tax season, so ain't nothing changed. It don't matter if it's hurricane, Harvey, it don't matter what's going on, natural disaster storms. Y'all know I'm gonna come on live and bring you the business and let the tax tip for this week. If push comes to shove, I gotta send it to you SOS message. I'm gonna definitely let you know about what's going on in business. It's about being consistent by any means necessary. So I'm gonna make sure you gonna get this tax tip Tuesday. I assure you, you're gonna get this tax tip Tuesday. Even if it's cold outside. Even if the kids at home screaming in the background, y'all might hear my kids screaming in the background. Maybe they at home too. Lord help me. But you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this tax tip Tuesday. And I'm really excited about this tax tip Tuesday because tax season is literally like right around the corner. No, not right around the corner. I'm talking about like it's here now, like tomorrow. We can start filing taxes tomorrow, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Tomorrow, IRS will start accepting tax returns. So don't get too happy. Don't start calling people telling you gonna make a payment next week because your refund check coming in. Now it don't work like that, but yes, they will start accepting your tax returns next time on tax tip Tuesday. On the 17th. So with that being said, let's get on here and get down to business. I don't want to hold you up from cooking your food and tending to your children and doing whatever else you got to do on your snow day. And if you was blessed enough to be able to stay at home, don't be mad because you missed no money, because you didn't get a chance to go to work. Just be happy and grateful that you was able to stay at home and your employer was thankful enough to let you off of work and let you stay at home and not be on these Houston streets and say, man, I was coming in anyway. You came to the office. You stood outside. I told you on Instagram we was closed. So if you called me to my standing outside trying to get your taxes done, today, I'm sorry. I said you told you 7 o'clock this morning. So, I mean, that's on you. But if you was blessed enough to have an employer who cared about you and say that you could stay at home today and you ain't have to come into work and make them some money, and then be happy and be grateful and don't worry about the 8 hours that you missed. For those of you who had to stay at home with a bunch of children like me, then, I salute you. I salute you. But at the same time, still be grateful. Still be grateful. So with that being said, the main thing is Tax Tip Tuesday, how to get the biggest tax refund. Yes. Everybody always looking for ways to, you think the best way to get the biggest tax refund lies in whoever doing your taxes. Well, that's only half of it. How to get the biggest tax refund is really a 2-part thing. Yes, you want to deal with a knowledgeable tax preparer, but at the same time, you also need to know taxes yourself. I mean, I preached this last year, and I'm gonna preach it again this year, and I'm gonna preach it for every year that I'm doing taxes until it resonates. In order to get the biggest tax refund, you need to understand taxes. You need to understand how it works, how it applies to you. You need to know your own tax situation. You need to be knowledgeable about the tax credits and deductions. I can tell you, as a taxpayer, I can tell you anything, but if you don't know yourself, then you really don't know how to get the biggest tax refund. So I'm gonna put y'all on some game and let you know some of the key things that you can do to get the biggest tax refund, whether you're my client or whether you're following down the street, tell the taxpayer you are following me to put you on free game. But me, like I said, I'm a lover of life and people, so I'm gonna let you know, regardless of the fact whether you're my tax client or not, my motive is to empower my people. And when I say my people, you know what I mean. So, for those of you, you know what I mean. So with that being said, how to get the biggest tax refund? One, yes, deal with a knowledgeable tax preparer. You definitely want to deal with a knowledgeable tax preparer, someone who knows the tax system. I'm not just talking about knowing all the ins and outs, all the shortcuts. You want to deal with a tax preparer who knows that, but also knows how to navigate you through this system. Any tax preparer can get you some money and put stuff and do this stuff, but not every tax preparer has to know how to do it to where it's presentable to the Internal Revenue Service. Meaning, when I prepare your taxes, I'm like, look, we're going to do this. But at the same time, I also know what the IRS is looking for. I know how you need to present things to them. It's all about how you present. So find you a tax preparer who knows how to present it. Not just one who knows how, I work some tricks. I know how to get you them numbers back. Well, yeah, how can you defend me in this audit? Ask them that. You know how to get me them numbers back. You know how to get my refund sky high. But do you know how to defend me when this audit letter comes? And do you know how to make sure whatever you did looks presentable on paper? So when I'm trying to go buy a house or a car, or whatever it is I want to do 2 years from now, it's going to look presentable. So find you a tax preparer who knows how to present your number, how to present your refund. Secondly, know tax law and knowledge yourself. And some of the main things I want you to know about tax law and tax knowledge is the credits, some of the hottest credits. And y'all know that law passed in December. Y'all know it passed. We're not going to speak on it until the summer. I said, I'm gonna let everybody get their joy and their glory and, be happy for this tax season. But after this tax season, in about April, I'm have to give everybody business and let you know what this new tax reform means and how it applies to you. But I don't want to kill nobody's joy. It's still a new year, and I don't really want nobody to get depressed and feel like it's the end of the world, it's the end of them getting refund checks. I'm just trying to keep hope alive. So in April and stuff, I'll start letting y'all know how to prepare for this new tax reform. But in the meantime, I'm gonna tell you about some of the top credits that you need to be getting with your tax preparer to see if you are eligible for it. And some of the main tax credits these are the main credits that allow people to get refund checks back. One of the main ones is school credits. Now, I'm gonna put a disclaimer on here for people who are hard of hearing, for people who like to take things to the next level and misinterpret what I'm saying, because a lot of people are good at that on social media. but my nerves too bad for all that. So I want to put this disclaimer out here that just because I tell you guys about these credits do not mean they necessarily apply to you. If I tell you about a school credit, it don't mean you're supposed to get one. All right. So understand that from jump. I'm telling you about these top credits to help you get the biggest refund so that you can present yourself as knowledgeable. When you go to your tax preparer, you can be like, oh, so am I eligible for this? Did you put this on my taxes? You know, I want you to be able to, you know, spit the business. When they see you being able to talk to them, they be like, oh, this ain't no okey doke kid. She got a little know-how. She got a little knowledge. You know, I'm trying to help you be able to present yourself as studied and approved to whoever doing your taxes. So one of the big ways to get a big refund check is to see if you're eligible for a school credit. School credits offer you up to an additional $2,500 on your tax return. Meaning this, and whatever your refund is, it can get $2,500 higher if you are claiming a school credit. Now, a school credit is where if you've attended an eligible institution for tax year 2017, so all of last year, if you was going out, well, ITT ain't even doing any system. Well, y'all know they put ITT tech out of business. I didn't even know that. Lord, been around for years. But anyways, it don't matter. If you went to any type of school, college, trade school, or any type of education institution last year, you were eligible to claim what you call a school credit. Now, there's two types of school credits, but the main one I'm going to be talking about specifically is the one called the American Opportunity Credit. So for all the parents out there who you got the youngins who have graduated this summer and they have went to college and they just did their first semester at school in the fall, this definitely applies to you. Y'all need to be listening to it, tell it, pass it on, share with your church members, let them know. If you have a student who attended school last year, then you eligible to claim this credit. This credit will give you an extra $2,500 on your tax refund. The qualifications for this credit are as follows. You have to be in your first 4 years of school. So if you're an undergrad, I mean, you've already completed your bachelor's, you can't get this credit. It don't apply to you. I'm sorry. I'm happy you got your degree, but you can't get this credit. All right. But for those of you who are still in school and you haven't completed your first 4 full years of school, you can get this credit. So, and then when you put this credit on your tax, it will give you an additional $2,500. In addition, you have to go to school at least part-time. So if you didn't go at least part-time and carry enough hours to be considered a part-time school student, you can't carry this credit. But if you went just enough, you registered for just enough classes, you can carry this credit. Another thing is you cannot have any felonies. Personally, I don't agree with it, but I didn't make the law, I didn't make the rule. This came from them folks up there at Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. They say you can't have no felonies. So if you didn't have any felonies and you went at least part-time, at least half-time, and you ain't still in your first 4 years, and let me clarify with the first 4 years, you might have been at HCC for the last 8 years. Still, you've been there for 8 years, but you ain't completed your first 4 years, right? But you can carry this credit. But you only can carry on your credit for 4 taxes. On your credit, Lord, on your taxes for the first 4 years of school. So and it don't have to be consecutive years. So if you went to school in 2015, you stopped going in 2016, you went back in 2017, then you stopped going in 2018, then you can still carry it on your taxes, but you can't carry it no more than 4 times. So make sure, parents, I don't care if your kid's 18 years old, I don't care if they live on campus. You need to carry them as your dependent and carry that school credit and get the extra $25. I don't care if they work at Popeyes. I don't care if they get work study at that college campus. They still ain't make more money than you. So make sure you carry your college student and you carry that school credit on your tax return. Now, for those of you who didn't raise yours, you let them carry their school credit. All right. Now, the next big credit is the child care credit. And it's mainly, this is not a non-refundable credit. It don't give you no extra money on your taxes, but it does help you get more of your money back, right? So if anybody watching your kids while you go to work every day, and I don't care if it's your mama, brother, cousin, sister, I don't care if they go to children's learning intervention, if anybody watching them children for you, while you go to work every day to put a roof over their head, then you need to make sure you're writing off your child care expenses. A lot of people think, oh, they ain't go to a real school. They went to your grandmama's house. That's a real school. You learned there. They gonna learn there too. So make sure you write that child care expense off. That extra child care expense you can write off up to $3,000 per child. All right, but the maximum is $6,000. So if you got 4 kids, I mean, it's gonna cap out at $6,000. But make sure you are writing off those child care expenses. The catch-22 with that, because I gotta be real specific. I don't want y'all getting happy and oh wow, my sister been keeping my kids, I can do it. When you do write off this expense, you do need to provide the name and the social security number of the person that you are paying. So for instance, if I'm your sister, because my sister loves keeping my kids, I don't pay her though. I don't pay her. But if I did, I've been blessed. But if I did pay my sister to keep my kids, I could put her on my taxes as my child care provider, and all I would need is her name and her social security number to do so, and then I can write that off. However, on the flip side, whatever money that I report as to what I paid her, that's going to report under her social. So when she files her taxes, she would need to be able to report that income as well. So don't go around taking people's social security numbers who watch your kids and reporting it without telling them, because, technically they need to file it as income. But if you can do it, and you can just ask them, especially if they don't have, they was unemployed, like, look, you can file a tax return, like just report that. So definitely, if you're paying for child care, carry the daycare expenses, the child care expenses. If your kids actually go to a school, then you should already know the ropes. But in case you do not know the ropes, you can call the school at the end of the year and ask for a summary statement of how much you paid. It's going to have the name, address, the tax ID number, and you can write that off. And that's going to help boost your refund as well. So do not underestimate the child care costs. I kid you not, it's going to boost your refund up. Another thing that will boost your refund up is unreimbursed job expenses. I know y'all have heard about itemized deductions. Everybody talk about itemized deductions, and I made a video about that, but we're not going to recap on that. That's not what this video is about. The main thing with itemized deduction is when you write off certain type of expenses. A lot of people will be quick to write off, oh, I got my Goodwill receipts. I got this. I donate clothes. Well, really, you can't write that stuff off anyway. I'm just saying, unless they add up to a certain amount. But here's one that you can write off that might actually really, really apply to you. And what that deduction is the unreimbursed employee expenses. Check it. Let me try to give you an example. If you're a teacher, right? You buy all this stuff. You buy all the clipboards, some crayons. You're spending your own money to buy this stuff. You can write those things off, but there's a cap on it on one end. But when you're itemizing it out, you can write those things off. If your job requires you to wear suits every day and it's a job requirement, you can write that kind of stuff off. Uniforms, union expenses, parking fees, tolls, all the type of thing. If tolls are required, I mean, it ain't no way for you to get to work other than riding Harris County Toll Road and Beltway 8, then you can write that off. You can write that off. Those are called unreimbursed employees. So put them Goodwill receipts in the closet. Because half of them ain't legit, but you can add them to that too, but that ain't the main focus. Focus on those type of things. If you work at certain jobs that require you to have certain things, you can technically write those things off, especially if the employer ain't paying you back for them. So if you work at a job and they telling you got to go here for training, meaning, okay, at work I got to leave work every day to go here for training. That trip that you drive from here to there, that mileage is deductible. You ain't gonna have me go to training in Pearland and I can't deduct it. No, you can deduct it. So make sure you're keeping up with that mileage every time your employee had to keep it running. Some of y'all gotta go pick up their lunch, their laundry. You gotta run here, run there, go to whatever it is. You gotta buy equipment and supplies for the job. If that job is not reimbursing you for those things, you can write that stuff off. And those type of things will help add up, so to help you get a bigger refund back. So those are some ways to get the biggest refund back with the school credits, child care write-offs, and unreimbursed employee expenses. I encourage you to get those things together. And if you have a tax preparer who'll be like, oh, I already put it on there. I got it. I got it. That's great if they got it, but you need to get it too. I mean, whatever someone puts on your taxes, you need to be well aware of what it is too. So that way, if the people, the boys are blue, actually probably were black. I don't know what color they were. I don't really know what color they were. But you know what I'm talking about. If the Internal Revenue Service come and try to audit whatever deduction or expenses on your tax return, you need to be able to defend yourself. You need to be able to corroborate that. So if the tax preparer is the only person that knows what to put on your taxes, then how does that help you? It doesn't. So whatever expense, whatever deduction is on your taxes, ask them, hey, give me a rundown of everything you wrote off and how much of it that you wrote off. That way, you know, I can be able to reciprocate that in the event of, right? If you guys have any questions, definitely post them. I want to be able to answer any questions that you have while you have me before, you know, yeah, I'm only going to be up here for like a few more minutes. So, and you won't catch me until next Tuesday. So, write any question that you have, and I would definitely love to share the video. There's a little share button down at the bottom of your screen or on your phone if you're watching from your phone. Share it. Tell a friend. Don't keep all this knowledge to yourself. What's wrong with the world? Tell somebody. Help somebody out. Share it with your friends and follow us on Instagram at Right Way Tax. Yeah, guys, follow us. We're gonna definitely be posting a lot of stuff in regards to the tax reform, and I want to make sure everyone stays in the loop. Now, secondly, the main point of topic for this evening is, oh, people gonna be mad at me. Yeah, people gonna be mad at me, but at the end of the day, I mean, you know, I want to be rude, but y'all know I don't care. Never did, probably will never will, but oh well, it is what it is. How to spot fraud on your tax return, right? And I mainly did this, and if anybody knows me personally, then you know my mission and really why I started my business. I got into taxation and why I even call my name the Right Way. A lot of people think because my name is called, our business name is called Right Way, that means like we're just strictly, you know, the right way, the right way. Yeah, we do stuff the right way, but we know how to maximize deductions. We know how to get you back the maximum refunds. We know how to do all the bells and whistles of your favorite tax preparer. But at the same time, we're going to do it right. So when them boys in blue or black or whatever color they show up at your office in or your home or whatever, the letter in the mail, we know how to make sure this stuff going to be pretty packaged, because we don't want you, we don't want these people messing with your finances, you know, and your future tax refunds. So that's the main reason. We want to do stuff right and making sure that you know what's going on in your tax return. So how to spot fraud on your tax returns. One of the biggest ways to spot fraud on your tax return is looking at it. And that is a big thing, and I'm going to be teaching a huge class on this, so y'all look out for it. I really want my people, when I say my people, you know what I mean. I really want people, and not even just my people in general, to learn how to read their tax return. I preached about this last year, and I'm gonna preach about it again this year. And when this tax law done passed, I really want to know about it now. Learn how to read your tax returns. If you do not know, add that to your list of your New Year's resolutions to learn how to read your tax returns. Because how can you file taxes and know exactly that you're getting the best refund if you cannot read it or understand it or know what those numbers mean? So I encourage you, if you want to do a 101 session, please, by all means, let me know. Don't ask me right now during tax season. I'm gonna look busy. But after tax season, I would love to help each one of you know how to read and understand your tax returns. So with that being said, on your tax returns, at the bottom of it, there should be a place. And I was going to share my screen with it, but like I said, it's my first time dealing with my new program. Next time I have it ready. On the bottom of your tax return, there's a place where the person who did your taxes is supposed to put their name and their ID number. A lot of times when your tax return is not done appropriately, or people don't want to take the fall for the ignorant stuff that they put on your tax returns, they do not put their names or their ID numbers on it. Mainly because at the end of the day, when you get audited, they can always be like, I don't know, I ain't never seen you before. So without their ID numbers on there, you can't hold them accountable. Or the IRS cannot hold them accountable for anything that's on your taxes. So make sure that when you file your taxes with anybody and they give you a printout, make sure at the bottom of it, it's their name and what you call their P10 number. It's a number that starts with the P and has different number, a different number behind it. Different numbers behind it. And that is an ID number assigned to any registered tax payer with the Internal Revenue Service. So make sure you look for that. Another thing is fees paid like upfront or out of. A lot of people choose to pay their tax preparation fees out of their own money. That's not uncommon. You don't want to pay them extra bank fees and stuff like that. But if your tax return preparer tells you, okay, look, you pay when the IRS deposit that money into your account, you come bring me my money. You know right now you ain't dealing with no registered tax return preparer because yes me, look me in my eye, yes me. I'm taking my preparation fee out of your refund. I'm not just waiting until the IRS deposit your money and then I depend on you to bring it back. No, I am a registered tax preparer and I'm gonna make sure that whatever fee that is charged to you that you're gonna know about is gonna come directly out of your refund. People you gotta pay money to on the side, people who when you get your refund money to, you gotta go and take them half the refund check. You might be dealing with somebody that ain't 100. Or if you know you ain't 100, then then that goes with it. But if you are 100 and you know that, then that's not common for tax preparers to do that. You're going to pay your fee up front, meaning whatever they charge you to their taxes, you're going to pay them up front, or they're going to take it out of your refund. Ones who they need you to give them the money after you get the money, you're dealing with possibly some whatever. Now, I won't say that 100% because I know some good tax preparers, they just ain't got a license yet. And I'm like, what you waiting on? But for the most part, most people who do that, you could be really cautious of that when you have tax preparers doing that. Another thing that you should be cautious of is on your tax return. And I really wish my screen share thing was be able to show. So I really wanted to show you guys this, but unfortunately, it went out, and the only way for me to get it back in is by going into something that would expose other people's information. And I'm not going to do that. I'm real big on security, and I didn't do that. So with that being said, one of the main things is business income and expenses. I know y'all love them big refund checks. I can't lie, I love them too. I just don't get them anymore. But if you do love them, understand this. If you know you made $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 this year and $100K this year, anything, over $40,000, and you mad because your tax preparer is quoting you back XYZ amount, be happy. That means you're dealing with somebody that's really trying to give you a legitimate refund. But if you come and they quote you all this other stuff, oh, I can get you back 7. It's a good chance that they're putting things on your taxes they don't need to be there. And one of the biggest things that tax preparers are very common to putting on them, and you swear for God, they ought to save you taxes. They just so smart. They got you this huge refund back. The main thing they do is business losses. A lot of y'all do have legitimate businesses, and I really want to get on, the groups, because I see so many businesses out here, and I'm like, that's wonderful, but we got to teach you guys how to document that stuff so that stuff can be on paper. But the main thing is to be mindful of. A lot of tax preparers will put business losses on your taxes to be able to help you get a bigger refund. So for instance, I'm gonna give you this quick example. You made $50,000 this year, right? Technically making $50,000, you're not eligible, over $50,000, you're not eligible for what you call an earned income tax credit, right? Your income is too high. The IRS has already said you can't get it if you make whatever. The earned income tax credit is big money. That's the money everybody looking for, is to get that earned income tax credit. Well, in order to get that credit, your income has to fall into a certain range. And some of you who are making over a certain amount of money, you're not eligible for it. So what the tax preparer has to do is drop your income in order to get you in that range, so you can be eligible for it. And there's only one way to drop somebody's income, buddy, and that is to add some type of loss. Something has to subtract from your income to drop it, and commonly that is a business loss. Some of y'all really did get out here and hustle and try to start a business up and lost some money this year. Cool, you can do that. some of y'all do have some legitimate business expenses. Cool, we can do that. But for the most part, people who do not, that is the most common thing that a tax preparer is doing. So if all of a sudden your refund and you're getting quoted $2,000 or $3,000 back from this tax office, but all of a sudden you got this John Doe tax office over here, somebody they can guarantee $8,000 back. Yeah, I can guarantee you too that you've been cleaning floors, cutting grass, you got some type of side hustle that you took a loss on. So be mindful of that. Now, if you okay with that, and like I said before, if you cool with that, like some of y'all be like, shit, it's whatever. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get the biggest refund. That's cool. Then I tell you this, I want you to keep that same attitude if and when the letters come or them boys are blue or the black, whichever they should be. I don't know. But keep that same attitude. You was happy when you got the refund estimate. You was happy when you got the refund money in your account. Now I want you to be happy when them letters come. All right, keep that same attitude because that's the rules of engagement. Everybody knows this. If you're gonna do taxes like this and you want that type of money back and you know darn well you didn't qualify for it, then you better be happy with a smile on it when whatever consequences that come along with it. Now, if you're one of them people who you wanna act shady, then you may not be doing what you're doing. But I'm not gonna recap on that too much. I just like to be straight up correct. And right away, I'm gonna get you the most money back. And if you do have a business, like I said, we're gonna make sure that bad boy is presented like it should. So when they do show up, you're able to clarify and document every business expense or loss that you have, right? Another thing I want to say is, and this is not fraud, when your tax preparer asks you for additional information, a lot of times you'll go to one tax preparer and they don't ask you for things like your kid's birth certificate or utility bills or leases. They don't ask you for those things. And you've been getting your taxes done and they don't ask you for these things. And you're like, well, why all of a sudden this new tax preparer asks me for these things? It's mainly because the old tax preparer should ask you for it anyway. They just chose not to abide by the rules and regulations and do it. Mainly, they're asking you for these things, not for fraud purpose, but asking it for CYA to cover their own butt. Because whether you know it or not, the IRS comes down on the registered tax preparers for putting people's kids. So, like for instance, you come get your taxes prepared. All of the dependents you carry got different last names. It's no way for the tax preparer to know that this is your legal child that you birthed into the world. Just because you said it's your daughter. The only way I'm gonna know it's really your daughter is if I see a birth certificate listing you as a mother or something show you this child live with you. So tax preparers ask you for these additional information, not for you or not because they're doing something different. They do it because when the letters come, they want to be able to protect themselves and they want to be able to protect you. Because the IRS like, did you know these keys weren't even hers? Well, did you ask them any questions? Are their last name different? So that's why your tax preparer asks you for additional information. So if they ask it for you, ask those things from you, provide it, and just know that you're probably dealing with a very legitimate tax office who really is trying to keep stuff A1. So understand that. They're really trying to make sure your record's in order and theirs is as well. So provide them with whatever you can to help corroborate their relationship, right? And the last point of the night, will the IRS begin accepting tax returns on tomorrow, Wednesday? Word on the street is, word through the grapevine, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Now, will they be accepting everybody's tax returns? That we don't know. Understand this, as tax preparers, we do our best, our very, very best, and Lord knows I do. We do our very best to provide you the most accurate, up-to-date information. We just like the news, all right? We are just like the news. But at the same time, our information is coming from another source as well, and that source is the Internal Revenue Service. So every time they change up or change this or do this, we as taxpayers got to change up and change this as well. So yes, the official filing date is January 29th. That still ain't changed. That's the official filing date, whereas anybody who gets submitted through, they will either accept it or reject it. However, what the IRS does is something called hub testing, is where they give you certain days to where they want to make sure their system is up and running and working properly before the 29th come and everybody's submitting stuff. So they want to make sure everything, you don't want to find out the day of that, oh, yeah, we need to fix this. This is a glitch. So what they're doing is they want to test their system out, and what they're going to do is open the window for people to submit tax returns so they can test it and make sure everything is working properly. So that's what's going on between the 17th and the 19th, and then again next week between the 22nd and the 26th. So we will be able, so if you got your W-2, yes, and you want to be a part of that group, send them to your tax preparers, send them to me. If you already reached out to me on Facebook, social media, or however way you can send me your stuff, send them to me, and look, I'm gonna make sure they get out the door in the morning. So send them, and we will be able to send them off to see if they're accepted by the IRS. It's no guarantee that yours is going to be accepted. So just because we say it's tomorrow, don't mean yours is going to be in the acceptance. The IRS might pick up 30,000 of them. They might pick up 1,000,000 of them. We don't know. But we're going to submit them to see if they pick them up. If they do pick them up, then yes, that time clock starts for your refund check to come. I've also been hearing that it's possible that you'll be able to get those advances tomorrow. So we shall see. I'm not going to sit up here and promise you this tomorrow if yours is accepted. I'm going to have a $2,500 check for you at my office. Y'all will not do me like that on Facebook. But I will assure you that we can start submitting tomorrow. And if they are accepted, we do have good faith that you will be able to get approved for your $2,500 tax advances starting tomorrow, and you should be able to come pick them up. So with that being said, if you get a call from me in my office, you know your money there, or Thursday. So I hope those answers your questions. Does anybody have any additional questions for me? I do have one. What's the best way to keep up with your gas mileage? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's 1,000 apps on the App Store. Go download one of them, Mileage Tracker, and start using them. There's only 16 days in the new year, so you can definitely start keeping up with your gas mileage. And this mainly applies to people who work side jobs, or like I said, you work for your employer and you're driving back and forth doing things for your boss that they ain't paying you for, giving you no gas card for. You can write those things off, but definitely keep track of it, because definitely if you're ever audited, the IRS is going to request for a copy of this mileage log. So download the app on your phone, Mileage Tracker. I don't have any good ones that I can endorse for you, but I know it's 1,000. Now just go to your app store and Google Mileage Tracker, and I'm pretty sure 1,000 of them gonna come up. Pick the free one. Pick the free one. Pick the free one and try them out and start experimenting to see which one works best for you. If all else fails, you can definitely get you old school and get you an Excel spreadsheet, or open a notepad on your phone and just keep track of it with the date, location, starting mileage, ending mileage. You can do that. Any other additional questions in regards to how to get the biggest refund, how to spot fraud, and the IRS acceptance starting tomorrow? We definitely want to have everybody answer all your questions. No? Okay. So as always, follow us on Instagram at Lightweight Tax. We will be live. We might be live before next Tuesday. You know, there's always something going on in my office. We don't know. We never know. Oh, I got another question. It says, please clarify the date the IRS will begin processing. So the official date that the IRS will start accepting, meaning every tax return we submit through, they're either going to accept it or reject it for whatever reason, will be on the 29th. However, tomorrow through the 19th, they're going to open the window for test accepting, meaning they want to make sure all their systems are in place and working properly, and that, you know, everything is in order. So from now until I think Friday, we will be able to submit tax returns, and the IRS will pick them up and accept them. If they are accepted, then it's good. It's a real acceptance. They want to make sure their stuff is working, and if they accept it, it starts the time clock for your refund. So just like you can go check it on irs.gov, where's my refund, how you did last year, however you track your refund. So it will be a real acceptance, but the catch-22 is no guarantee everybody is going to be accepted. Just because you sent your W-2 to your tax preparer and they submit it tomorrow, it doesn't mean they're going to accept it. IRS is going to accept a certain amount. So if you win that amount, then you should be good, but it's no guarantee. Another question. Thank you. That's a very good question. I hope I answered it. If I didn't answer it, about the date, let me know and I'll try to reword it and rephrase it for you. Will the new child tax credit be applied this year? Excellent question. No, it will not though. So that additional child tax credit that is going to be an equivalent of $2,000. Right now, the child tax credit is $1,000 per child right now. For tax year 2018, which we're in right now, so the new law that passed in December that says the new child tax credit will go up to $2,000, that will go in effect for tax year 2018. So right now you're filing 2017 taxes. Next year in January, you're going to be filing 2018 taxes. Then you will start to see that extra $1,000 for each child show up on your tax return, but not right now. You're going to still get your regular, whatever you've been getting for them kids, it's going to be the same. Now, another thing about the child tax credit, and I hate to break y'all heart, but some of y'all didn't know this, but in case you thought your taxpayer was lying, I'm going to confirm that for you. If that child has turned 17, they turned 17 during tax year 2017, they in IRS, they not a child no more. You don't get that $1,000 child tax credit for them. I know they still live in your house. I know you still gotta wake up in the morning for school, buy the school clothes, feed them, and everything else. But when they turn 17, you lose the current $1,000 child tax credit for them. All right. So the tax preparer, they told you ain't getting it this year. They weren't lying. They was telling you the truth. Any more questions? In the meantime, I'll give you a few more minutes before we sign off for the night, and I can go ahead and cook my soup. Snow day. Yes, I'm cook today. Follow us on Instagram at Right Way Tax. We are going to be posting all kinds of things this year about the new tax reform. Y'all definitely, I'm not going to lie to y'all. If you're not prepared for it, then yeah, you might want to have a little fear in your heart. But if you are prepared for it, then I mean, the new tax reform is going to be whatever. But if you are not prepared for it, yeah, you might want to get your house together. So we're going to be definitely heavily speaking on that. So follow us on Instagram so you can stay in the loop as far as what we're going. Follow us on Instagram at Right Way Tax. And we are the red and black, just in case there are other people with our names. We are the red and black company. So that's our colors. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you stay tuned in. You can subscribe to our email list by going to taxrightway.com and subscribe to our mailing list. And we would love to help you with any tax question if you have your W-2s. Now, if you got your W-2s, I really would love to see you. So make sure you send us your W-2s. We would love to file your taxes this year. We would love to answer any questions you have. Even if you're not our tax client, we still would love to help you with any of your tax questions that you have. We're all about educating and empowering our people. But if you have your W-2s, send them to us. Yes, we are filing. You don't even have to come in person. Yes, we all about technology in the year 2018. So if you're busy at work, send me your W-2. We'll make sure all your taxes get done while you're at work, your whole tax return. If you are at home and you're too busy to make it to the tax office, I know some people are like, I just got to come in person. Yeah, but why waste your gas when you don't have to? So send us your W-2s. We'll love to get your 2017 tax returns out. We'll love to click submit for you tomorrow to see if you are picked up. If you're interested in the $2,500 tax advance, we are hoping that we will know about that tomorrow as well. Y'all have a lovely evening. Share this video. Share it, keep it, download it. Please share it and follow us on Instagram at Right Way Tax. You guys have a great and wonderful evening. Our contact number is 281-258-4435. Shout out to my lovely team this year, y'all. Miss Monica Chavez, Miss Leslie Shay Richardson, also aka Shay, Miss Chastity Reynolds, Miss Jacqueline Ruiz. Those are some of my tax preparers this year, and they are awesome. They are on it. So thank you guys so much, and you have a great evening and enjoy your snow day.